Hello everyone, my name is Pat. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing you guys my May TBR. So if you've seen my April wrap up, I mentioned that I didn't get into any of my TBR picks for April. So I'll be moving them over to this month and trying to read 4 of the 5 at least, but I did decide to remove Robert Jordan books because I'm not ready for that yet. So let's quickly go through the choices that I have. So I have The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. This is the first book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. The great things about this one is adult romance following billionaires, and I love that. I love that trope because, it's fun to get spoiled. I have Severance by Lingma. This is adult literary fiction. This is also about pandemic. This was released in 2018, so before the pandemic. I've heard a lot of great things about this one. We are following a office worker who, despite the pandemic, had to keep going to work, or even though the pandemic's happening, she still opted to go to work because, capitalism. We'll see if that is true, but that's what I've heard. So I'm actually really excited about this one. The other one is Walk Away from Amalas by Ursula K. Le Guin. This is, I believe, is very short but very impactful, like a modern classic now, and I'm actually really excited to get into this one as well. Just April reading was something. And then the last one that I have is the Caraval series by Stephanie Garber. And this is a YA fantasy. I've heard this is more of like a upper mid in terms of like the ratings overall, but I feel like I will have a lot of fun with this one. We'll see, because I love like whimsical magic type things, and this kind of reminds me of The Night Circus, which is one of my favorite books of all time. But like maybe in a YA form, I'm not 100% sure. And then because again I removed Robert Jordan, I will be picking one more and see if I can pick out a good one. Okay. I wonder what it is. Flowers for Algernon. Yes, this is a short book. Actually, I bought it because I want to read it, but I've heard a lot of great things about that one. I know it's going to be emotional. Let me go get it. So here it is. I actually specifically bought this copy because I like the cover, as I do. And I believe this is following, or like we're observing a mouse that is being experimented on that they named Algernon. So it says here, Charlie Gordon, floor sweeper born with an unusually low IQ, has been chosen as a perfect subject for an experimental surgery that doctors hope will increase his intelligence. A procedure that has been highly successful when tested on a lab mouse named Algernon. All Archie wants is to be smart and have friends. But the treatment turns him into a genius. Then Algernon begins to fade. What will become of Charlie? It's scary, and I feel like just from reading that, I know going to be emotional. And it says it's a modern classic. So will I count this as a classic? I don't know. But those are the ones that I'll be picking from, and I feel like I really want to get to all of this. I'm excited. And then I'll be joining the Asian Readathon, and I did already do a TBR video for that one. But again, I will be going through all of the books that I'm planning on reading for that one. The first one is Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. I've heard a lot of people talk about this one and love this one. This is very short, just a little over 170 pages. It's one of those short, impactful books that I feel like a lot of Japanese and Korean novels are, so I'm excited for this one. So we are following a Tokyo sales clerk who is described as unusual, someone who has never fit in but has taken a job at this convenience store, and she stayed at it for years, I feel like. And there are a lot of people already in her life like telling her that she should find like a real job and why she's staying here, and there's not much to get from this job, and I feel like I'm going to relate to her a lot. So the next one is Parachutes by Kelly Yang. This is a YA contemporary book, and these are following parachutes, or children of rich Asians who send their kids to the United States to study. And she is staying with Danny Dela Cruz, her host sister, while she's studying here. And it's about them and the lengths that they will go through to go into the schools that they want to, and also the things that they experience because or in relation to getting into these schools as well. So I heard that this was going to talk about quite a few heavy topics, so I'm excited. And then I have Wicked as You Wish by Rinja Beko. This is a first book in a fantasy series. I believe the second book is coming out this year. So it mentions the Snow Queen who encases the kingdom of Avalon in ice, and so the refugees of Avalon have to go to our world where magic doesn't exist, and they live in Arizona. And Prince Alexi, the sole survivor of the royal family, is close friends with Tala, who knows his secret. He has been living a really boring life because magic essentially doesn't work in Arizona, but then it changes when the Firebird appears, kind of gives them hope to maybe save Avalon. I'm excited for this one. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's not of adventures. So, and then finally I have The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. This is a feminist retelling of the Korean legend, famous Korean legend, Shimchong. So we are following our main character who sacrifices herself to the sea god to save her brother's lover because she was supposed to be the one to be given off to the sea god. So she ventures off to this underwater kingdom and discovers secrets, the truth of legend, what has happened to the girls that were given up to the sea god over the years. So the cover is very pretty. Now let's talk about the arcs that I will be reading for May. I can't believe we're in May. I have a few only for June, so I'm thinking I might include some July arcs that I do have, and for July I only had two as well, so let's see. So the first one that I have is Go Hunt Me by Kelly Davos. This is described as a contemporary thriller set at a remote castle in Romania, where 7 horror film buffs begin to suffer untimely demises and must outwit a monster. Perfect for vampire fans. It's out on June 14th. And I read Kelly Davos' book last year, Eat Your Heart Out, and I love that one so much. I fell for the characters. I ended up caring about them so much. I'm so excited for this one because it's set in a remote castle in Romania. That sounds fun. Well, not fun because, they're dying, but sounds fun. And then the next one is The Secret Princess by Melissa de la Cruz and Margaret Stoll, a surprising and romantic retelling mashup of A Little Princess and the Secret Garden, out June 28th. Now, I loved A Little Princess growing up, and when I saw this one and I saw Melissa de la Cruz, who is a Filipino author, I requested it. It is a standalone, which is great. Oh, and because this is a retelling of A Little Princess and The Secret Garden, I'm planning on also reading A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Like I mentioned earlier, I loved watching The Little Princess growing up. I watched the animation, but I never got around to reading the book. And I bought this one, I believe, last year. And, what better time to read this than now, before I read a retelling of the book. So I want to read the book first. And also, if I can squeeze in reading The Secret Garden by the same author, I don't really know what it's about. We'll see. But I feel like it's going to be like a quick read as well. It's a short classic, so I'm excited for that one. And then for the July arcs, I have Young Blood by Sasha Lawrence. This is a contemporary dark fantasy about 2 queer teen bloodsuckers who unearth a conspiracy at their elite vampire-only boarding school. Perfect for fans of Vampire Academy and Dark Academia, out on July 19th. So another vampire book. And I'm excited because I saw the cover and I was like, that looks interesting, the title too. And then I read vampires and in school. And I love vampires. And I love reading about vampires and Dark Academia, so it's like, that sounds right up my alley. And then the other one that I have is Upgrade by Blake Crouch. I can't believe I got approved from NetGalley for this one. But this one also comes out July 19th. So I believe this is kind of similar to Flowers for Algernon. So this is about a main character who suddenly discovers that there's a lot of changes that happen to him. Like, he's multitasking better, his memory is sharper, feels a little bit sharper, and he even needs less sleep. And it turns out that he is part of like this experiment, or like part of this generational experiment type thing that aims to inflict a lot of changes in humanity in general. It sets off, and they kind of discover that these changes could lead to the destruction of humanity as we know it. So I'm excited. I've really enjoyed Dark Matter and Recursion from Blake Crouch. I'm looking forward to reading Upgrade as well. So yeah, so those are all the books that I'm planning to read for May. There's quite a few of them. Also, I forgot, Book Lovers. I want to read Book Lovers by Emily Henry as well this month. I have pre-ordered this one, and I don't know when it's coming, but hopefully, because it releases May 3rd, so hopefully it really comes within the first week. But I need to read this immediately because I've been waiting for this for months, and I didn't get approved for any of the arcs, so I need to get to it. And I thought this was going to be in Book of the Month, but it's not. So now my Emily Henry books are not matching, which is sad, but that's how it is. But yes, also Book Lovers. So those are all the books that I'm planning on reading for this month. There's quite a few of them, but we'll see, because some of these are arcs. The last 2 are arcs that I might or might not get to, but that's all of that for May. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you're planning on reading for May as well, and I will see you in my next one.